it's another live stream in the Juggalo dungeon with me, Shovel of Precious Juggalos. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Good to see Moon Crater and Daffy already in the chat. Whoa. And Pondfish. Look at that. Coming together like the mighty Avengers already. So let's just get right into it. First off, what flavor am I drinking today? This one might actually throw you for a little bit of a loop. Here we go. Well, it's not Faygo at all. Guess what was on sale at the store, and so I bought a bottle because I was curious. It is Frosty Blue Cream Soda. Is it terrible? I don't know. It was only 89 cents, so there's a chance. And we're about to find out. Jeez, this thing has a lot of threads on it. There we go. See how electric blue this is by comparison with cotton candy. It's about the same shade. Hold on while I pour. Let me speed this up later in post-production. Oh wow. There's definitely a smell of cream soda. Definitely in the air. Here we go. It's not our first Faygo break, but we'll count it. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. What does that taste like? That tastes like cream soda with water and blue dye. That's what that tastes like. That is not really a delicious cream soda. It's like the LaCroix of cream soda. It's got a little cream soda essence to it, but it's not very legit. It's 89 cents though, so you know, what you gonna do? Alright, well, it's wet, ain't it? Drink it, as they say in the Goonies. So that clears up that mystery. Don't do LaCroix like that. Come on now. Come on. It ain't good and you know better. So yeah, it's also a bigger bottle. Made with cane sugar, though. I didn't realize that. So that's good. It's just the flavors are tepid at best. Anyway, we'll be drinking that today. Frosty Blue Cream Soda. Little change of pace. So now the question is, what are we painting today? And that's a great question, because we finished this project yesterday, if you weren't with us. It is the Juggalette Bear Repair. Little Juggalette Violent J and Teddy 2 Dope there. She's putting a little band-aid on the teddy bear's knee. So that's done. So we need to start fresh today. So after the stream yesterday, I had the good luck and fortune of hanging out with some adult friends. My wife and I were able to go out to a local brewery and hang out with some grown-ups, and it was nice. But one of the grown-ups is a buddy of mine, and he knows what I do with these streams. And so he thought, you know what? Let me just give you a couple of random things, and let's see what you can do with them. I know I have a mountain of things to work on. I am fully aware. But, you know, why not? It's a change of pace. And I'm kind of curious how things will go. So, the first one is, this is a bottle that once held an adult beverage. It is obviously shaped like a skull, with a rainbow color in the glass. What's going to be difficult about this is getting the paint to stick to the glass, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. So yeah, so we're going to paint that. But then the other thing is perhaps even more perplexing. The paint will easily stick to it, so it's not a problem that way, but juggaloing it could be rough. So, my buddy is from Oklahoma. He's a graduate of Oklahoma University. Yada, yada, yada. I don't really get in for all that stuff. But yeah, so he had this little, piggy bank football thing. And he wanted to see what I could do with it. So we're gonna juggalo it. I don't really know how, because there's not a whole lot of real estate above the eyes, so that'll be interesting. The goalposts are a little odd. So yeah, I don't know. We're gonna give it our best college try. But this could be awful. But if history tells us anything, anytime I have serious doubts for a piece, by the time I'm done, I generally love it, and it turns out great. So maybe maybe lightning will strike yet again. Again, this one, it won't be difficult, or the subject matter wouldn't be difficult to paint. The fact that it's glass is what makes me a little nervous, but we'll try. So there we are. That's what we're doing. We're going to do them in tandem, meaning at the same time. And so let's do it to it. What's up, Adam?
Woo woo!
Alright, so let me move some of this stuff out of the way, because I didn't fully prep my space very well. As I sat here doing nothing before I started the stream, would have been a great time to prep my space, but I didn't. Alright, the white is shook. I feel a little shook as well. Ooh, frosty. We're gonna get through it. Speaking of, let me take another big gulp of frosty blue cream soda. Yeah, marginal at best. Actually, now that I look at this brush, I don't think it's completely clean. Let me clean this real quick. We're going to go with a big, fat, bold brush, because these are big, fat, bold pieces. And we're going to try to get some white laid down. Actually, you know what? First things first, let's take a before picture, because I haven't done that yet. And I've been real bad about not doing things like this. Alright, all centered up. Say cheese. Yep. Say cheese. Okay. There we go. Alright, now we got our white paint. Okay. Need to get the energy up. Gotta get the energy up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Starting with our first bit of white. Also realizing how difficult it might be to keep this thing on camera. Because he is a big ol' honkin' piece. And we're off. So it begins. I think I'm going to go ahead and paint over the goalposts. And paint them white. And then later down the road, if I don't like that, we can always paint them yellow again. There are no rules that say I can't. Hey, Creepakilla. Good to see you, sir. Let me give you one of these.
Woo woo!
This is definitely not typical of what we do around here. But when a buddy asks for it, Make it happen. Your vote is Dremel? Just cut the goalposts out? I don't know, man. This piece feels kind of fragile a bit. It feels like it may have been manufactured fairly cheaply. So I don't want to run the risk of a full implosion. So yeah, I don't think I want to actually make any cuts. Potential structural changes. In fact, when I was putting it up on the desk today, there were some things rattling in it, and I thought, huh, he left some change in there. No, there was a random piece of ceramic or whatever this is made out of inside there. And then there's still a piece. That's the piece that did fill this void. Now void, before it was a solid piece, where the plug is. And it is the size of the hole, so it doesn't fit out. So it's just going to stay there. It's going to take a lot of white paint, man. Let's change our tech. If everybody could real quick give this old stream a thumbs up, I would appreciate that. It is about the only way while I'm live that YouTube goes, huh, people like that. Let me see if other people might like it. YouTube is kind of stingy with that. Also, if you haven't already, I did release a new video here on YouTube all about the commissioned butthole piece, the first commission I ever did. And it is currently live on my channel. It is just over 8 minutes long, so not terribly long. If you could give it a watch. If you've already given it a watch, give it another one. That would be great. Please and thank you. Thank you, Adam. What did you think of it? Did I ramble too much? I kind of ramble a lot. I was kind of hoping that the video was short enough that I didn't blather too much. But I also don't think it would be interesting just to let the super sped up video just play without any voiceover. Let's say this is the termination of the head. So now, what line would that be? Approximately there? Sure. That's what we're gonna go with. It's gonna take a lot of white paint. Let's see. I'm gonna go like that. Yes. Nailed it. Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, Adam. You are good people, sir.
Very nice.
All right. Yep. Overpaint there. Fixed it. Fixed it. Oh. Yeah, there's wet paint there. So if I seem a little extra mellow today, kind of between projects at work right now, so it's very slow at work, which is good, but kind of draining. You just kind of sit there all day. Anyway, a little bit more of the frosty blue cream soda is the beverage today. All right. We'll call that a first coat for the OU pig. Let's see what happens when we try to apply some of this white craft paint to a glass skull. Oh, look at that giant chunk that just came out of the white paint. Yummy. Where did you come from? That is large and in charge. No paint left behind. Okay. Squeeze out a little more there. I am not really when it comes to college sports or colleges in general, the one I grew up closest to would be Kansas University, so KU, the Jayhawks. And I did spend a lot of time in Lawrence, the home of KU. I even intended on going to school there, but, decided to drop out of college instead. All that to say, I'm not a KU fan. If I was gonna be a fan of anything, it would be KU. But I've just never really cared about college sports. I've never had a reason to be connected to any. And I know, you don't have to go to the college to be a fan of the college, obviously. But yeah, I grew up, like, my parents aren't really into sports at all. So the fact that I grew up being a fan of the Royals as a baseball team, the Cubs as a baseball team, Chiefs as a football team, kind of a miracle. Probably just because they were on TV. Would be the reason why I liked them. I did wear a Michigan hat as a kid, oddly enough, that I bought with my own money, but I actually bought it because it had the Tasmanian Devil on it. I thought that was cool. In fact, I loved that hat. I lost it on a rafting trip down the Colorado River. Or the Snake River in Colorado, rather. We hit some rapids. And I went in and my hat came off. And that hat is probably out somewhere floating in the ocean. Aww. Right? With the MLB team? Really? That's cool. They do have a good program. I do like baseball, professional baseball. Not so much right now. MLB has kind of been irritating me in the last few years. I do like that Angel Hernandez is out, though. Did you see that, Adam? That's big news if you're a fan of baseball. That dude is possibly the worst professional umpire in the history of professional sports. That guy, my God. Just such a scumbag. Like, stats don't lie, guy. Oh, absolutely the worst. Ever, ever, ever. And anytime anyone would try to say anything about him being not good at the job, then he would sue. Like, no, man, your statistics are proving you are not good at this. You are wrong. In fact, initially, I hated the whole idea of, robo-umps or anything using, computers to determine strike zones and all that. But because of Angel Hernandez, I've become a much bigger fan of the whole idea. In fact, because Ben Zobrist was actually the first that I started hearing talking about it, and he's a player that I just really appreciated. So when I heard him explaining why he liked the electronic strike zones, if I'm boring anybody with sports talk, I apologize, but welcome to the shovel world. It's not always, fart jokes. But yeah, I don't mind it. I still like having the human element on the field and in terms of umpires. But, as fast as pitches are moving these days and how much movement they have on them, it's getting more and more difficult for umpires to be able to see them. This paint is actually sticking remarkably well, and that already looks super cool. So there's that. Not even Juggaloed, this just looks cool. So shout out to my buddy for bringing me this project. I've kind of been deathly afraid of trying to paint glass all this time, because I assumed the paint wouldn't stick. But now I'm kind of feeling it. Oh, really? Well, I am, I wouldn't say that we're, like, super close friends, but I am a acquaintance of a current Super Bowl champion. You know how it is. Kansas City is a city, but, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that if you live here, you will probably get to know some of the players. So, there is a member of the team that I do know. He is a super nice guy. Super cool dude. And it's kind of a quiet stream today, isn't it? For the Ravens. I know, Daffy. Yeah, because Daffy knows him as well. Yeah. When the season starts, obviously, he'll be back in town more. They own a house here. But I know they spend a lot of time back east, where they're from. It's a different lifestyle, Daffy. But yeah, Daffy can confirm the unnamed player is a super cool guy. Very approachable, very humble. And I'll never forget the first time I saw him. As soon as he walked in the room, I didn't know who he was. But right away, I was like, that guy's an athlete. Alright, so I think we need to let this whole base coat dry here. Because I just tried to double up my fun right here, and it started pulling off the first coat. So let's let the base coat dry and become a solid base. Oh, hey. You know, so I noticed the last couple of days this camera did not shut itself off. So I was kind of hoping that it stopped being an issue. But here we are, it just turned itself off. Anyway, that's probably a good reminder to hydrate. Cheers, everybody. Frosty blue cream soda. Mmm. That's what the Eagles fans say. Chiefs fans will also point out that we had some terrible calls that went your way. And really, when it comes down to it, it could have gone either way, honestly. This is going in the bin. It's kind of a bummer. I mean, obviously I'm glad my team won. It's kind of a bummer that yours didn't, because there were so many, like, good stories on your team where it would have been great if those players could have gotten that championship. But our team had a lot of good stories, too. Yeah. And I bleed red. Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. You have to agree with me, though. It was an amazing game. Great game all the way around. Like, in terms of gameplay, both teams very much deserve to be there to have the opportunity. The right two teams were there. Let's say that. And I remember back in the day, you know, back when Tom Brady was winning everything. And initially, everybody was becoming fast fans of the Patriots. And then by the end of it, everybody hates the Patriots. But that being said, some of them were legit dirtbags. But it's interesting how the champions become the enemy of everybody else. Your aunt's wrong. Yeah, Moon Crater. So, Calliu, or however you say it, that is one of the shows that I absolutely abhor. I think it's a terrible show. Like, we never let our kids watch it. Just terrible. Like, that kid is so whiny and so obnoxious. And, it just never felt like there was any real, true, redeeming qualities to that show. Hate that show. Yeah. Probably for the same reasons. Callie, however you say his stupid name. That kid's a little turd. I never liked that kid. And if there were ever an episode where he was abducted and forced to work in a sweatshop in Pakistan, it wouldn't have hurt my feelings at all. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about Bluey and how great it is. I'm just glad my kids are grown up now and I don't have to deal with that stuff. There weren't too many shows I got excited about that they got excited about, but what? He's a cartoon character, Moon Crater. He's not real. I'm not wishing that an actual child was sold into slave labor. He's a cartoon. So I wish that a Sputnik satellite would fall from the heavens and careen right through his skull and completely demolish it into 500 pieces live on television. Yeah. What I did like when my kids were young, though, was Dinosaur Train and Word World. Those two were cool. Hudson and Holly. What even is that? Oh, I got you. So it's like dark humor. Yeah. Well, you're in the right spot, because, yeah. When you work the jobs that I have, your dark humor bone gets extremely dark. Cashbox. I don't know what that is. Also, it should be noted, we didn't have cable. Never have had cable. So my kids didn't watch cable shows. We watched, like, PBS shows. I will say my kids never had the opportunities for cartoons quite like I did as a kid. Cartoons back in my day were pretty amazing. And the fact that there aren't even, like, really Saturday morning cartoons anymore is lame, man. Yeah, HBO, see? Ooh la la, fancy. Not really. We had a lot of streaming, I mean, we still do. A lot of streaming services, so, never had a need for cable. Also, I own so many movies. So much physical media that, we could never watch, a streaming service or anything again and probably not run out of things to watch for a very long time. And by then, you could watch them over again and they would feel fresh and new. Right? Like, I'm talking about, like, I mean, obviously I'm old enough for, like, the really old stuff, like original Motu and Dungeons and Dragons, that cartoon. G.I. Joe back in the day. But I'm also kind of hit that sweet spot where I was just aging out when the next wave, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Tick, you know, the mid 90s cartoons that came out that were so good. I could still watch those and not feel like I was, you know, wasting my time. Oh yeah, Adventure Time. Yeah, we did watch Adventure Time. A lot. And Teen Titans Go. Yeah, you're right. Alright, Moon Crater.
Woo woo!
Thanks for hanging out. Always good to have you here. Yeah, I really think the skull is going to turn out better than the weird football piggy bank pig with goalpost tusks. But we are going to do our best. Especially since this is for a friend. I might actually run out of white paint painting these two things. Just a lot of real estate. Alright, that is coat number 2 of white on the strange OU pig. Feels like our skull is dry. So let me actually clean this brush before we start back in. Got some little brush cleaning noises. What do we got here? And we're back. Welcome to Shovel Cleans Brushes live on camera, while you wait patiently for him to start painting again. You know, Adam, I don't know. That's a good question. Good question. We do have some lurkers here. So maybe they're here, but they're not able to participate. Don't know. But it's okay if y'all are comfortable with just listening to my background music and my ramblings. I can keep rambling, obviously, forever and ever. Hey, Live Style Rewind. Hello. Let's see, what a happy noise we got. Well, we'll just
Woo woo!
We'll just whoop whoop to live. Alright, a little more white paint. Oh yeah, Pondfish is here. That's one that's here. Pondfish is possibly... Yeah, speaking of the devil! Yeah, I was just gonna say, Pondfish is probably working on art as well. So... I know how it is to be in a stream while you're, like, actively doing things. Because I do it too, quite often. In other people's streams. Liv, it's going okay. Today's kind of a different day in terms of projects. These are both new projects that were actually given to me yesterday by a personal friend of mine as kind of a challenge. Because he's aware of what I do here online. You know, it's not... This isn't like... what I spend the bulk of my time talking to my buddies about is painting Juggalo faces, but he is aware, and so he had been, for a while, trying to think of some things that he could have me paint. So he landed on an empty Crystal Head vodka bottle, Rainbow Edition, and a Oklahoma University piggy bank, because he is a graduate of that college. And so today we have started. He gave them to me last night. Had a kind of a double date with he and his wife and me and my wife last night. I walked away with these items. So I thought about pulling a random precious moment today, but then I realized, you know what? Change of pace. Let's switch it up. My buddy gave me something to do. I told him that it may take a while, but what if I just do it anyway? Trying to paint your dog. Not literally painting your dog. I'm guessing on canvas? Pondfish? I mean, you could paint your dog. That is a thing. My wife does a lot of coloring too. Yeah. She's done a little painting, my wife, but not much. Usually when she does do painting, it's like paint by numbers or like tracing and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, my wife has some coloring books, like the adult coloring books or whatever, the more complex ones. I gave her a Doctor Who one a while back that she works on occasionally. Man, yeah, this is just using so much white paint. This is crazy. Crazy amount of white paint. But that's okay. Actually, this bottle of white paint has been with me for quite a while now. I'm surprised it's still giving me paint. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that, Liv. Have you done the, any of the, what are they called? Is it called crystal painting? The, I think it's an Asian thing where it's kind of paint by numbers, but instead of painting, you're placing, crystals to fill or form a picture. And by crystals, I mean like little tiny like beads that, yeah, stick on a canvas. Yeah, so my wife, she's done a ton of those. She really likes those. And they are time consuming. Definitely a good hobby to have during COVID. And that's really when it took off here in the States. That's too much. Let's take that back. Yeah. But yeah, Daffy, this is looking pretty good. It's really surprising how well the glass is taking the paint. I thought this would be way more problematic. The next question is going to be how to apply the black parts, the Juggalo aspect to this, and kind of fit the contours while still communicating the idea of Juggalo. Would not be surprised if I decide to come back and actually extend the white up higher and maybe back further. But for right now, this does look pretty sick. Big time. Okay, let's let that dry. I think we've stretched that about as far as we can go. You know, I don't think I need to do the watered down third coat that I do on the smaller pieces. First off, it's not smooth texturally anyway. It's also not exactly fine in terms of details. So I think I'm going to do a final third coat on the OU pig here. And then we're going to have to start making some hard decisions on how to juggalo this. How to make that work. I'm still not really settled in my mind how this is going to work. Yeah, did you hear that? That was that chunk of clay, fired clay inside this. I tried to get it out, but it, like I said, it's the same size as the hole, so it's not really gonna fit out the hole.
That's what she said.
Whoa! Almost dropped it. Alright, I guess that's as good as that white's gonna be. I might do the detail brush around the eyes. Maybe. Let's see, it's 518. I don't think we're gonna start on any black today. I don't think that'll be a thing. The skull, if I just stopped there and just left it as that, it would be cool. But the more I look at it, the more I think I will have to bring this further up to give me more room to paint Juggalo paint on it. Oh. The eye holes were not matching, not symmetrical. Good news is the paint comes right off the glass if I'm making some quick little changes, little edits. But yeah, that does look pretty sick. Pretty cool look overall. Okay, what am I doing? Detail brush, that's what I said. Detail brush around this little eye. There we go. All right. Man, I've barely touched my frosty blue cream soda. Oh, man. Okay. Just looking at this here, thinking. Yeah, let's try it real quick. Let's just do a quick coat. And if it's not good, like I said, this stuff comes right off. Slides right off. With a little moisture and a little pressure. So yeah, thinking about going all the way up there. And turn. Effectively extending the entire thing kind of back to kind of the joint of the jaw. Let's say right there. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. So there's one half extended, one half not. Yeah, I think to be able to get the Juggalo face paint, I need to be painting deeper like that side. And it doesn't really detract from anything. It's not really hurting anything, painting it back there. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. Rockapella. And speaking of old cartoons, anybody remember the kids' game show of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Back in the day? With Rockapella singing the theme song. I used to watch it more for Rockapella, honestly. Those guys were so good. Wonder whatever happened to them. It was a good show, and definitely learned a lot. Learned a lot of geography and things like that. As well as the video game taught me a lot of geography. And sociological facts about our world. Yeah, I think that'll be a lot better. So now I just need that to dry a little bit. So, take another quick quote-unquote Faygo break, even though it's a frosty break today. Still damp. Waiting patiently. Let's see. What's a good waiting patiently noise?
And it's gone.
Adam, yeah, I have thought about that. And, well, actually, there's two different ways to think in that stream. Are you talking about painting people's custom faces on these, or are you talking about custom painting people's faces? Because it's two different things, but I've thought about both. And I did do one. The Juggalo Protester that I did was a commission piece, and it was the face paint on it was taken directly from a Juggalo that was in a picture, and it turned out pretty well. If anybody ever wanted me to paint a custom piece with their face paint, I'd be very open to the idea. Obviously, the more pictures, the better, to get a good idea of the paint from multiple angles so I could successfully lay it down. Yeah, I think I've painted enough now that I feel pretty confident in being able to do that. A while back I would not have felt good about it, but now I think I could handle it. Oh. Okay, let's see. It is 5:27. It is really... I can already hear my wife upstairs working in the kitchen, so she is getting dinner ready. So I don't think I'm gonna let this one run late. So, that being said, quick shout-outs to Moon Crater, to Pondfish, to Daffy, to Adam, to Liv, everybody else that creeped on the stream, the creeps and listeners. I appreciate you all for being here today. I know this is a bit of an odd one. It was odd for me, but painting my buddy's requested pieces. Well, yeah, we'll see how it ends up. I'm still not fully convinced. I'm feeling good about the skull, not so much about the pig. But anyway, if you enjoyed what you watched here today, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up on this video. Remember to subscribe as well if you haven't already. I stream every day here on YouTube, Monday through Friday, from 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm also on all kinds of different social medias. Basically, if there's a social media that you enjoy, just go to the search bar and type in Precious Juggalos. You'll probably find me, and it's probably me. I, of course, am Shovel of Precious Juggalos. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Wise words of the day from Shovel. If your buddy asks you to do something, just do it. There's no reason to not. Doing favors for friends is fun. So yeah, so there you go. Kind of a quiet stream today, but I'm not complaining. It was nice for me. Hopefully it was nice for you. Love you guys. Love seeing you guys every day. And with that, let's call it a day. So, I'll see ya. Bye.